Now, I'm not gonna lie here, with Boruto chapter 69 dropping, my man Kishimoto is such a troll with what happened in this Boruto chapter. The amount of facial expressions and the comedic tropes that were happening, and on top of that with the simping that was going on with the likes of Delta, I gotta say, this chapter was pretty solid. Man, the dialogue was great. Despite not much action actually happening, there was actually a lot of revelations that were revealed in this Boruto chapter that I definitely do gotta talk about because, goddamn, shout out Shikamaru. I know a lot of people were getting mad, especially in these past couple of arcs from the time in the Boruto anime where he told the Leaf Village that he had no plan to fight Ishiki, and then when Code was attacking where Shikamaru and Naruto came along and Shikamaru immediately became a hostage, a lot of people were saying, oh, they nerfed Shikamaru. But in these past two chapters, I'm not gonna lie, my man was 10 toes deep on what he was gonna do. First with preparing with Delta, knowing that Code was gonna attack, and now with Ada at the end of this Boruto chapter asking her, how about you come over to the Leaf Village's side? We can both mutually aid each other and I can help you out with Kawaki. The way Shikamaru has been acting, this is the typical Shikamaru that we have already seen. This is something that we expect out of him, so seeing him do this is very impressive considering that in this chapter we got even more information on Ada's ability, which I do want to say, I definitely do think there is a potential weakness with Ada's love ability, but I definitely do want to talk about her ability because Amato did say after she did make an appearance in last chapter that her ability not only affects people with infatuation, but her ability actually enchants people on an unconscious level, which is crazy considering that it can happen without her control and she can't really do anything about it. She has no control over this ability, and on top of that, this effect when you're enchanted by her ability lasts until she actually dies. She can't turn it off. The only way to get rid of this effect from Ada's bedazzlement ability is to actually kill her, and I just want to say I gotta give my props to Shikamaru, man, because the fact that he was able to think of this offer on the fly, I gotta say, is amazing considering that when Amato was giving information to Shikamaru about Ada's ability, the information given seemed like there was no way to actually stop her. Knowing that you can't actually get out of this everlasting effect, knowing that she can't actually undo this ability on you after being bedazzled, it seemed like an impossible way to actually get out. Even Amato said, you'll see how futile it is to actually resist this ability. No matter what, you are going to be enchanted by her ability. And I just want to say, considering that it's been revealed by Amato that you don't actually have to fall in love with her in order to be enchanted by her ability. According to Amato, different people do have different symptoms, whether it's stiffness, fatigue, headaches, impaired judgment, for example. You can have those type of side effects which do show that you have been enchanted by Ada's ability. You don't actually have to fall in love, which explains why Shikamaru was not simping to Ada the same way how Delta was, because when Delta saw Ada, her legs was wide open saying kawaii, you know what I'm saying? So she was simping very hard for Ada. Meanwhile, Shikamaru, he felt a little bit different. So that was actually pretty interesting to know. I'm actually so glad the writers did clarify that you don't actually have to be infatuated in order to be enchanted by Ada's ability. And on top of that, Shikamaru even said that, yo, I can't let Naruto or Sasuke get near Ada, because if they do, they are going to be enchanted by this ability. And just to clarify to you guys, the only way to actually quote unquote counter this ability is to be either A, an Otsutsuki, or B, a blood relative. So for example, characters like Boruto, Kawaki, and Damon are the only three people so far in the series that actually have the ability to resist this enchantment ability that Ada has. With Shikamaru noting this, it does seem like he does not want Naruto or Sasuke to be caught by Ada's enchantment ability, because if they do, it's wraps. They can't really do anything about it. Hence why he came up with that plan on the fly. The fact that he was able to do that, my man with his 200 IQ play, the fact that he was able to do that, it kind of exposed Ada, because Ada did tell Shikamaru that, yo, the only reason why I'm working with Code is so I can get Kawaki in my pennies. That's all. That's the only reason why she's working with Code in the first place. She doesn't really care about him, nor does she care about his feelings. They just have some goals that do align with each other, hence why they're working together in the first place. And when Shikamaru does give her this offer, I wouldn't be surprised if she does take it next Boruto chapter, considering that she isn't really on the side of Code that much. It's been kind of hinted in the past, especially in these past couple of chapters, that Ada may actually betray Code, and I feel like this is the betrayal right here, joining Konoha, because if she does, what the hell is Code gonna do? The only advantage that he has right now is that he has Amato in his hands. So let's talk about Sarada and Mitsuki. I'm glad that they did bring them back. I'm glad that the dialogue that they did address was that, yo, we gotta get stronger, man. I'm glad that they realized that they need the power in order to fight alongside the likes of Boruto and Kawaki, because obviously power scaling wise, Boruto and Kawaki are Otsutsuki. Sarada and Mitsuki do not line up. And let's not forget, Sarada and Mitsuki are main characters of the Boruto series, and despite them not getting screen time, you gotta remember, they definitely do need development as well. And the dialogue, especially with Mitsuki, I was very impressed. He does say in this chapter that, yo, if Boruto were to actually die and I'm not there to help, I'm gonna feel some type of way. And then when I find out whoever tried to kill Boruto, I'm not gonna hold back. My man Mitsuki's gonna go sicko mode on whoever tried to put Boruto's life in danger. Of course, it shows you Mitsuki's loyalty to Boruto. And the one thing I do want to say is that I really like the dialogue in this chapter between them, because both Sarada and Mitsuki realize that, yo, we have to get stronger no matter what. To fight incoming Otsutsuki level threats, we have to get more powerful. Sort of hinting that in the time skip or in the future, when they do get older, that their powers are probably going to be on the level of an Otsutsuki. Considering that the other two main characters, Boruto and Kawaki, are on that level, I do imagine that these two other characters, like a Sarada, like a Mitsuki, are also going to be on that level. You gotta remember, no matter what, even in Naruto for example, all the main characters are going to be somewhat relative to each other. For example, OG Team 7, even though Sakura wasn't the strongest compared to Naruto and Sasuke in the war arc, her power was brought up to the point where she was able to fight alongside the likes of Naruto and Sasuke. I'm kind of expecting the same thing. Sarada and Mitsuki are definitely going to get power-ups where they're going to be somewhat on the level of a Boruto and Kawaki. Now, am I saying that they're going to be stronger than them? No, but I do hope that their power-ups or whatever they do get when they get stronger is that they can actually fight alongside these two. So next, I do want to talk about the conversation between Boruto and Sasuke. Sasuke apologizes for Boruto, saying, yo, Boruto, forgive me. I wasn't there to help you out. When Borushiki came out, I wasn't there to be around, and the fact that he wasn't there to actually help out and fight against his threats, he does feel some responsibility, which I do want to say there's definitely some accountability that Sasuke has. The fact that he wasn't there when Boruto was fighting Code, just for example. And with Kawaki killing Boruto, there's only a few people that actually know this in the village, and when Sasuke was discussing this, he did say the village doesn't need anyone to hate Kawaki but me, which I want to say that I know some people didn't like that, but I just want to say, at least in my interpretation of it, what Sasuke was trying to say is that he doesn't want anyone else being viewed as this criminal. For example, like Sasuke. I want people to understand that Sasuke isn't really viewed as a hero inside the Leaf Village, while the higher ups in the Leaf Village and in the 5 Great Nations do understand Sasuke's contributions among the regular world in the shinobi world. Sasuke is still viewed as a criminal. However, he is put on probation thanks to Naruto and the forgiveness of the Leaf Village, for example, and him working with the 5 Nations to fight the Otsutsuki. But at the end of the day, he is still viewed as a bad guy. You gotta remember, in the earlier parts of the Code arc, there was a scene where Sasuke was looking at Code's claw marks with these random Leaf Shinobi, and the Leaf Shinobis were basically antagonizing Sasuke. Sasuke is sort of like the guy who's going to bear the hatred, taking all the sacrifices, being looked at as a criminal. However, he does a lot of good things that aren't really talked about, considering that it's only known among the higher ups. Sort of like his big brother Itachi was, you know, despite him killing the Uchiha clan at face value, it is a bad thing, and joining the Akatsuki, it was for the greater good. Something of the same lines that Sasuke is trying to do, and with him trying to say that he does not want Kawaki to be on that same path that Sasuke was going down back in Shippuden. You gotta remember, Sasuke back in Shippuden was a fucking demon, but at the same time, he was doing some outlandish shit where people viewed him as a very serious and deadly criminal, and that's where he doesn't want Kawaki to be viewed as that, despite him killing Boruto and Boruto understanding that resolve where both Boruto and Kawaki understand what they need to do. If the village does find out about that, Kawaki will be viewed as a criminal. That's why Sasuke was saying what he was saying here. The only person that deserves to be looked at is him. Now, I understand what other people are saying, that hey, Sasuke shouldn't be viewed as this anymore, he's already atoned for his sins, but when you go through something traumatic as that, you can't really let go of it. I know it's been 16 years, but at the same time, that's going to be held onto you forever. This is defining Sasuke as a character, and I don't really see anything wrong with it. In fact, I do like this dialogue in my personal opinion. And also, I do want to say we got a humongous red flag in this chapter. Sasuke gives away his headband to Boruto for the 537th time in the series thus far. In all actuality, it's for the 3rd time. And I just want to say that when a character, for example, when they give something away that means so much to them, such as the headband that Sasuke had that Naruto saved for him, when he gave that away to Boruto, that was a red flag to me. For example, that this character is going to die. Now, am I saying that Sasuke will die? No. Hopefully he doesn't die in this arc, because I really want to see Sasuke train Boruto. And finally, to wrap up, let's talk about the conversation between Naruto and Kawaki. In this chapter, he finally did wake up, and the first thing he did when he saw Naruto sitting across from him is the time when he first met Naruto in that same exact hospital, saying, "This reminds me of the time when I first met you. You were telling me your life stories and who you are, how you're the Hokage, but this is different." If you notice, there is a parallel between that and this scene. However, there is some slight differences. Back when Naruto first met Kawaki, he was very enthusiastic and eager to bring him into the village. Now that they're in the same position, basically 40 chapters later, the circumstances are completely different. From here, we do know that Kawaki did kill Boruto, and the way Naruto was talking to Kawaki, it was very fair. He was talking to him in a very straightforward manner, with Kawaki asking Naruto like, "Yo, are you not gonna condemn me for basically killing your son? And Naruto's like, nah man, relax, Boruto's fine, his karma power saved him. And with that being said, Naruto does say that he's grateful for Kawaki's contributions during the fight against Code. Naruto also understands the role of Kawaki trying to kill Boruto, saying that he took a painful role, and Boruto understands this as well, with Naruto saying that, yo, you are part of Konoha, you are my family, I'm going to take care of you, but ... His conversation ends there, where Ino, using mind transfer transmission, interrupts the conversation between Naruto and Kawaki, also the conversation with Sasuke and Boruto as well. And the one thing I want to say is that before Naruto was going to get interrupted by Ino, it does seem like Naruto was going to actually reprimand Kawaki for his actions. Maybe not putting his foot down all the way, pulling out the belt and whooping Kawaki's ass, but telling him, yo, he's my son, you gotta relax, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have a feeling that Naruto was going to say the lines of that. Naruto isn't the type of guy to whoop his kids. I kind of wish we got more dialogue on that. However, he was interrupted because Code and Ada were attacking, so that's why we didn't get to see what Naruto was truly going to say. That real conversation, when Naruto finally is able to talk to Kawaki for real, that conversation is going to be nasty. Yeah, this chapter was great, man. There was a lot of dialogue that I wanted to talk about. I really like the revelations that were revealed, especially with the likes of Ada and Shikamaru. The conversations between Sasuke and Boruto and Kawaki and Naruto, I really did like all that stuff. Same thing goes for Sarada and Mitsuki. Overall, a great chapter, and I can't wait for Boruto chapter 70. It does seem like Ada is going to betray Code by joining the Leaf Village because she does want to get with the likes of Kawaki, so I definitely do understand that. So let me know what you think about this chapter in the comment section below. How did you feel about it? What was your favorite part? And what are your expectations for Boruto chapter 70? So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.